Hello everyone. Since there is not much else going on at the moment, I thought I'd give you all a tour of our Ken Island. That's the premium housing islands that they brought um, a few updates ago. You buy them with Mithril coins, and I think we were one of the first kins to get a premium island when they first introduced them. So I thought it's pretty well decorated and everything. So thought let's have a tour. Maybe you like to see it. So without further ado, let's begin. Oh, the night sky. Just want to point out, night skies in Lotro are beautiful. All right, so I don't want to go too fast. I should better get on my elk instead. So let's go. Alright, here we go. These are not the Lotro default graphics, the colors and everything. I did use SweetFX Reshade. It's a post-processing thing that you can apply. It lets you change the color vibration and the sharpness. So I did. There are many presets available, but I just made one of my own and just well, my own settings. I mean, I used the reshades from the website and then just played around a little bit with colors. Okay, Tola Local, home of the casual raiders. We're gonna first go to the right side yard. So as we go to the right side yard, you can see there's a statue of Sauron. And here's a really classical item and one of the most beautiful housing items in the game at the moment. It's Memorial of the Gaunt Lord, but you get it from doing Ostunhearth raid, all the wings on challenge to get it. And it's pretty sweet. It's a animated housing object, so these colors and these different colors theme that's coming out of them keeps coming out of them. Each of the rocks represents I think one of the bosses that you fight in that raid, so it's really cool item. Let's continue. Here's another item. I think it was from when level 75 or level 75 was the level cap. It's the huge swan fountain. As you can guess from the swan and the malern tree behind it, it's from Lothlorien. It does look elvish. Even if you don't know, just by looking at it, you can see, yeah, it's elvish. It's totally elvish. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, here is a replica, or here's the Old Man Willow, basically. That's what this is. This is Old Man Willow. That tree where the hobbits get stuck in the old forest. So this is Old Man Willow. I'm so happy they made this housing item. Let's move a little further. Okay, here is something from the last festival, I think. summer festival. It's a campfire and there's some meat being prepared. It's a cool item. I might change this one with something better if it comes up, if they make something better for this slot. Okay, let's go this way. Here we have, well, I thought it would be appropriate. This is a broken statue of Sauron, and why did I have it here? It's because, well, this is the statue of Anarion. So, Sauron statue is broken at the feet of Anarion. But look at how tall this item is. I'm just amazed they made an item which is only a huge yard item, but it's so huge. But it does not go in the enormous, well, it can go in the enormous one as well, but usually the enormous yard items are the ones which are extremely huge or large, while this one, being a huge yard item, is still as tall as this one. So here we have the statue of Drygoch. Drygoch, as you remember, is the dragon we fought at level 75. It's a rare item, but I'm glad we have it. It's a cool item, and these two items look good side by side. Okay, behind here, over here, we have Spire of something. It's Seregos. It's like an item, like a replica of Seregos. That is what this is. This is a cool item as well. I am waiting on seeing if there's a better item for this slot, so I'll put that instead. But meanwhile, I'm gonna keep this one. Okay, let's go this way. This is another cool item if you have not seen it, or you probably have. It's a fell beast statue. Holy cow, it's ugly, dangerous. I'm sure a spirit lives inside it. But this is the fell beast statue that they brought out when Mordor came out. Okay, let's go this way. Here we have all the crafting facilities. So there is the farmland. There is the study. There is the there is the study, and there's the workbench. And this way here we have the forge for metalsmiths and weaponsmiths, all the prospectors. And this is the ingredient crate. We have both of them. So there is a normal ingredient crate, and then over there is the premium ingredient crate. You can come here and get your ingredients like every day on every toon. 3 from the normal ingredient crate and 6 from the premium ingredient crate. Obviously the premium ingredient crate requires you to be a subscriber, a Lotro VIP player to get those. Then over here we have the snowball field. You can click on it and it will give you the snowballs, and then you can keep grabbing them, have a bunch of them in your bags, and then you're able to have a snow fight here in your own kin house yards. You can have a snow fight. I think this, I'm pretty sure this was from the Yule festival. I could be wrong, but I think that's where we got it from, the Yule festival. Alright. I think this side is pretty much done. Yes, I have shown everything here. Now, oh, I think there's one thing missing. Let me go over here. This is a cool item. It's the Watcher near in Kirit Ungol. If you're not familiar with this is the Watcher. This is what Sam saw, and he got really afraid. Even when he was wearing the ring, the one ring, he thought that this Watcher was still able to see him or detect him. This was the Watcher in Kirit Ungol, the tower there. This had this Watcher in front of it. So pretty scary stuff. Okay, now we are gonna go to the other side. Let's go a little faster. Let's go to the other side now. Okay, here we are. Okay, this is pretty cool. This is a statue of Lorien. This is a really old item. I think you can get it from Rivendell. It's a really old item, but it still looks cool. It's not as defined as all the other newer ones they made, but it's a classic. It's beautiful. It's a statue of Lorien. It's pretty sweet. Here is something which is really unique, and they did not make another item like this one. This is the golden statue of King's Past. It's a golden statue. It's not obtainable from the game, like in the questing wise or anything. It's only available if you buy it from the Lotro store. But it still looks cool. It's a really cool and unique. It's really unique, different than pretty much everything else, color wise, and it's tall. And this is a statue of King's Past. I do assume that it's just a tribute to the kings of men, Gondorian kings, Numenorian kings. That is my assumption. Okay, here's something that you might have seen if you went to Erebor. This is statue or watchful raven statue. Ravens, as you know, are really famous in Erebor because of the thrash and Roak the raven. Sorry, yeah, Roak the raven. Um, and this has a bunch of them as well. She lives in on Ravenhill, so that's pretty cool. Okay, over here, holy cow. Oh well, this you already seen, but still, you can admire it. I had to have another one of this one because it's a darn good statue. Okay, here is the statue of one of my favorite characters from Tolkien's universe, statue of Luthien Tinuviel. I'm so glad they have the statue in game to get. It's really old as well, as you can tell. Old in the sense of when they made it, so the graphics on it and everything, definition of it, it's not as polished as the new stuff that they make, but it's beautiful, and it's Luthien. Why wouldn't you want Luthien statue? Over here we have the statue of Celebrimbor. If you don't know who Celebrimbor is, first of all, why don't you know who Celebrimbor is? Celebrimbor is the one who created the rings, who created the rings. that is what he did. So he created the Rings of Power along with Sauron, which is pretty sweet. Okay, let's carry on our journey. Let's go this way. Okay, this is another item. If you've not seen this before, it's a pretty cool item. It's the statue of the fallen king. This is the statue of the fallen king. You know that part in the movies as well as in the books where Sam and Frodo see this statue in Ithilien, and the head of the king is on the ground. Then a crown appears around it, and they say, well, look, the king has a crown because of the light of the sun. But this is a cool item, so they give us like a replica of that statue. It's a really huge item as well. A cool thing about this is, see the head of the king, it has like a symbol of the eye on it at the moment. Just watch that, just see that and look at what happens when I click on it. So let me go click on it. I'm clicking on it now, and well, look at that, the statue or the face of the king is restored. It's restored for a few seconds, for a minute I think, and then it turns back to the mockery designs of the orcs. But pretty cool that at the moment the face is restored. The king is back on his chair and his head is back on his shoulders. Alright, let's carry on. This is a cool item. It's a gazebo. Dol Amroth. It's an item from Dol Amroth. It's a cool item. I do wish they had made these chairs for sitting, but apparently you cannot sit on them. You sit on the floor or sit on top of them. But it's a cool item. It's a really unique item. It was a nice huge yard item, so I got this one. Okay, one more of the old statues that I forgot. Oh, that I didn't go to. This is the Gil-galad statue. Gil-galad is the High King of all the elves of the Noldor. He is the one who fought alongside Elendil, Isildur, and Anarion in the last alliance of men and elves. And he dies there, but Gil-galad, he's the man. He is the man. He's the High King. Gil-galad. Alright, let's carry on. Let's go a little faster. We can go to the next spot. This tree is from Ithilien, I believe. Myrtle tree is from Ithilien. It looked cool, not overly happy with the graphics of it a little bit, but I guess that's an issue with all the trees in the game. They kind of, if you go close enough, they kind of look 2D and do not look 3D. I do not like that at all. The flowers and leaves, I mean. But still a cool item. Definitely would recommend if you wanna just colorful objects to look at from distance. Just don't go close enough, otherwise it will ruin the fun. Okay, what's next? Okay, here is a cool... Oh, my UI popped up. So here is a cool area. Pretty much, obviously, when they first introduced these property guards, it was nice. There were fewer in number. You could have like all of them if you wanted to collect them. But obviously, they being SSG, did go a little over the top with the amount of property guards they have in the game. So obviously, if you start collecting all of them, then your whole kin house yard will be occupied by just property guards, and we can't have that. But from I did try to represent like all the races at least, or everything unique creatures. So this is a Spalvi, the property guard. It's a dwarf. Think this one you get from doing the bingo. Not the bimbo. You can't get it from the bimbo. This one you get not from the bimbo, but you get from doing the bingo buffin quest line. That's where you can get this Spalvi property guard from. The deal with them is if you click on them, then it will give you a guard. See? So here we go. It's my own. You can name it whatever, but he has a light and he'll follow me. Good man. Okay, next this is one from the Mordor. From the Mordor you can get a fell goat property guard. Holy cow, look at her eyes. Red eyes. It's a dangerous property guard. Let me see if I can get it now. Maybe Spalvi will disappear. Nope, did not happen. Oh, never mind. Let's carry on. Let's go this way. Here I believe you'll have the man, the myth, sorry, not the man, the hobbit, the legend himself. The one, the only, the immortal Bingo Boffin. Look at him. Isn't he cute? Maybe we should. I think Spalvi is not going. I think I have to like dismiss Spalvi to summon my buddy Bingo over here. There we go. Okay, where are you, Bingo? Ah, look, there is Bingo, and it's snowing on his head. Look, there are two Bingos, but this one I can take along for the tour. So Bingo, why don't you give me company as I show these good people our kin island. But yeah, snow-covered Bingo. That's also obviously you can get from the Bingo quest. Here is a meadow sweet property guard. This is Haley. Hello, Haley. This one is obviously from Bingo quest line as well as this guy with the coolest hat in the game. He looks like who's that character that Antonio Banderas played? Zorro? Yeah, if he had mask, he could totally be Zorro. But here is Theodore. And here we have a female hobbit, Marigold, all the way from Shire. Hello, Marigold. Okay, and that is Agawelf. I think she's an elf, obviously. Let's check her, or she's like a woman of Rohan. I think she's yeah, she's a warrior from Rohan. Kind of looks like Eowyn. And this way we have the High Elf property guard. I had to have one because High Elves. These are the High Elves. He is either a Noldorian elf or a Teleri elf. I do believe he's a Noldorian elf. There aren't many Teleri elves around except maybe Círdan, the shipwright. But this is a high elf property guard, and this item is a cool item. It does not always burn, so usually it's not burning. Then if you click on it, then it starts burning. It's a pyre. It's a memorial pyre that was created at the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, I think, for Denethor, I believe, or some of people there. I need to read up on the lore again, but yeah, this is the memorial pyre. Pretty cool item, because if you click on it, it lights up and just lights all the area around it. This is another really enormous item, and it is appropriately for the enormous yard slot in your kin islands or kin houses. This is the beacon of Gondor. This is the beacon that our friend Pippin lit so that Rohan could come for the aid. It's a cool item, it's a tall item. You can have a good view of all the surrounding area by climbing on the beacon, but pretty neat item. Beacon of Gondor. Really beautiful. And like on the side, it has good details about stuff, like there's a white tree of there's a tree of Gondor and 7 stars around it, which is the symbol of Elendil, which is awesome. And let's see if it's the same symbol here on this side as well. Yeah, same symbol. Okay, so let's move fast and go to next area. Oh, there's one more property guard. This one. It's the one you get from the Throne of the Dread Terror raid. It's a pretty neat warrior, Variag warrior that you fight, and yeah, he's cool. He's dangerous. He has a cool ass shield. I want it. Okay, let's continue. Alright. Okay, this is another neat item from the Throne of the Dread Terror. This is the Witch King's fire pit. As you can see, the helmet of the Witch King, and there's a fire pit underneath it. A fire pit underneath it. Wow, that rhymed. Unexpected rhymes. Here is the Grim Reaver. This is from the Moria, obviously. Again, you can see with the old items, the details on them are not as clean and modified or as defined as the newer items they make, but still they had cool concepts though. So all the points in the world for the concept. Good. Grim Reaver, pretty cool, from Scumfell, I believe. And here is another really beautiful item from Ost Dunhath. This is the Ivar Spike and Helm Ivar, that guy that we fight first in Lone Lands in Garth Ugarwyn, I believe, and then later we fight him again in Ost Dunhath. I believe we fight him in Tadur as well. Do we? We fight him in. I think we fight him in North Cotton Farm as well. Ivar is a recurring villain. He keeps popping up every now and then. At least he used to. We eventually managed to kill him, maybe. But this is his helmet and pike. His helmet, as you can see, is one of the coolest and dangerous helmets. And maybe next to the Witch King has a more cool item, but this one is not far behind. Okay, what do we have here? We have here Taurlach's blade. This is the blade of Balrog, This is what you get from the Rift, which I think this might be the one of the oldest housing items in the game. Yeah, because this is the from the Rift. Rift was the first raid, I believe, of Lotro. It's a pretty neat item. Again, not as defined and detailed as the newer items, but still pretty neat. Okay, here we have a fountain from Dol Amroth. It's another enormous yard item, Dol Amroth fountain, and it's pretty cool. And as you can see, the water looks so beautiful, and it also shows a reflection of the sky. Pretty cool. Here we have a horn, a snowy horn, snowy fangorn horn. I wouldn't go near it. Ominous pool, I think this is another Moria item. If you wanna see something cool, let me show you something cool. Okay, let me show you something cool. I'd have to zoom out. Alright, so let me click it. Check it out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ouch. It, yeah, it does that to me. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let me zoom in again. Here we have a skull of Torog. Torog is the dragon which you guys fight in Heligrod. Dragon Wing. Pretty neat, but I don't think it's his actual skull. It's like replica because that dragon is huge. Let's move on, and here we have a mirror of Moria, a Moria Jodi, but it's pretty cool. Look at those crystals, pretty sweet, cool item. Okay, we haven't seen this one before. It's the Pukilman statue, and he's happy. It's a happy Pukilman statue. Not a sad one, he's a happy one. And here we have a honeycomb black horn. I wouldn't go near that, I don't want the bees to attack me. Tome of Night. This one I believe is from Halls of Night, at instance in Angmar. Okay. Well, this was the tour of our Kin Island. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Only the Kin Island yard for the inside tour. We'll have to do it some other time. Wanna see one more cool thing? Let me get on my war steed. And I'll show you guys one more cool thing. Okay, let's start from here, so let's go now. Okay, let's go up here. Oh, there is one more thing. Well, it's not really yeah, it's cool. It's like a festival concert area. It's like a court of Loku. This is our court. This is where the court is held. But basically, it's a stage. There are seats here. You can sit down, have a little concert. So whenever you have people over that you want to sing at your kin parties or whatnot, you can call them here and you have a little party. But what I wanted to show was up there. I got the best place for the stone of Yorick. Yorick, I think that's what it's called. Oh look, the moon. But yeah, that's this one. Stone of Eric. Stone of Eric. I put it right here at the top. Yeah, this is the Stone of Eric. Alright. Well, this was the... okay. Think no better place to end the tour then here at the top. Well, I guess we can go a little down and then we'll end our Kin Island Yard tour, the premium Kin Island Yard tour. Okay, here we go. Thanks for watching, people. And I will catch you guys later for a stream of doing some instance. But yeah, for now, checking out. Goodbye. See you guys in a few. Ciao.